Rufus. This is my baby. Rufus, I got Rufus when he was 6 months old. I was living in Chicago at the time with an ex-boyfriend, and we got him together, and he was a rescue. The shelter had told us he was the worst case that they had ever seen of neglect and thus anxiety in a dog. And I thought, well, let me get him and I'll fix him. And I underestimated what that would take.
So where did you get him from?
There was a rescue organization that I found online in Chicago. I can't remember what it was called. They were great. It was in Gurnee Hills, Illinois, out in the suburbs. We went to meet him. His brothers and sisters were there, and he immediately took to me. We went on a walk, and the woman might have been exaggerating, but she said, "Oh, I've never seen him take to anyone like this," and I fell for a hook, line, and sinker.
Was he the first? Was he, like, what was like was that the moment where you were like, "This is the dog I'm taking home," or like, was there a moment where you were like, "This Rufus is the dog I'm taking home"?
Yeah, I mean, he's so handsome, and I don't think, again, I fully understood how traumatized he was from his previous life, and I just thought, this is a dog, let's take it, it's gonna be great. And it was actually a lot of work. The person I was in a relationship at the time didn't want to work with him to get him better, or didn't have the capacity to stick with him because it was really hard. I mean, he was not housebroken, he wouldn't eat or drink, he peed in the bed. I mean, it was like, he was bad.
So what were, like when you said like that he had like a bad case of anxiety, like what does that, like, do you know anything about like what his past was or what caused that, or like?
All I know is that his mother and father, it was a white boxer and I think a shepherd mutt mix. And the rest of the litter were basically neglected. So just left alone in a yard, in a pen, in a crate, in the Chicago winter, which if you know anything about Chicago, it's freezing. So neglected with no human contact. So we're forcibly removed from that situation. And so to this day, I think you've seen this, he's nervous around new people once he gets to know you and trust you. He trusts you for life, but he loves other dogs because that's what he knew growing up were dogs. Humans he's not sure about.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly about not kind of finding another home for him or rehoming him or giving him back to the organization. I felt like, figure this out, Shannon. This is what you chose this. You committed to this thing. It's not just a life that you can just give to someone else.
Yeah. What are the
how frustrating that was at the time.
What are the like rewards of what's the fulfilling part? Like what has felt like really rewarding?
I think really seeing him turn a corner and turn around and become a trusting, loving creature has been really great, and to know that I had a hand in that and making his life more comfortable, this living creature's life better, has been really amazing. And honestly, just having the companionship. I come home from work, it's like a parade in the house. He's so excited to see me. You're the only other person I know that acts like that when I come in the room. So loyalty, all that stuff. Someone, he cuddles with me, and he's also really handsome. So
he is a good looking dog. What is a favorite memory with Rufus?
I think, well, a couple months after I got him, he actually escaped. He was still nervous. We had a dog walker. The dog walker was inexperienced, and he actually slipped out of his collar and ran away. And I think secretly my ex was maybe secretly a little happy about it. But anyway, we spent days putting up flyers and signs, and his family was helping with that. And I was really upset because I just imagined him out there alone. As scared as he was in our house, how much more scared would he be out alone on the streets? So we went to the pound every day. And like the pound on the south side, just like a really tough place. And the last day I went in there, I'm walking around and I just see, I'm like, is that Rufus? Because he's all dirty, he's bloody, he's cut. And I just see his little tail go like, which to me meant like after a couple months he was already bonded to us. And it was just a really sweet kind of little homecoming. And there was still a long road to go from that, but the fact that he saw me and recognized me, wagged his tail, it was super special.